Good evening. Thanks for joining me on the NWP call this evening. My name is Rich Simmonds. Before we go any further, I would just like to read this disclaimer to you. NWP does not offer financial advice. This is all based on my personal experience and what I do myself. It is important for all partners to fully understand how their funds are being used and remember that past performance does not guarantee future results. My goal is very simple, and that's to help you achieve a consistent weekly income. The purpose of NWP is to provide you with sustainable ecosystem for you and your future generations. At NWP, you're not a member, you're a partner. There's two ways of looking at partnership with NWP. The first one is to be a partner with a portfolio, and the second one is to be simply a partner. And when you are a partner with NWP, it means that you can partake in the affiliate plan. In the first part of this presentation, I'll be talking about being a partner with a portfolio. That's very much like having savings in a bank. And the second part is where you can earn some extra income. But in both cases, we're looking at how you can make a consistent income on a weekly basis. At NWP, the whole objective is to give you consistent weekly profits, and that is how they do it. They do it through trading. Their registered office is situated in the Trump Towers in Istanbul in Turkey. This trading takes place for you. You don't need any specialized skills or anything. The traders are master traders, and they will typically trade in the forex and commodity market, commodities being oil, gold, silver. On a weekly basis, and everything's based on a weekly basis with NWP, they will typically use about 20% of your capital to generate those weekly profits for you. And there's a good reason why they only utilize that much, because your capital with NWP is always accessible. Now, what makes NWP different? You've probably heard trading and you think, well, I've had some experiences in the past and trading doesn't always deliver on what they say it's going to do. And that's very true because trading is risky. So what does NWP do to make the trading less risky and ensure that your result is consistent? The first thing is that we look at the way your money is handled by NWP, your deposit. And as I mentioned earlier, this is very much like a savings account. So at a bank where you would have a savings account, you could typically get your capital within 30 days. Sometimes they call that a call account. In other investments, typically your capital might be locked away for 1 to 5 years, and sometimes your profit is also locked away. But with NWP, everything works on a weekly cycle. So your capital is available to you after the first week. Should you need it, you can withdraw it. It's never locked away. Your profits are paid to you weekly. And this is the second part that makes NWP completely different from any other system out there. Everyone talks about profits, but no one separates your profits from your capital. In NWP, every single Friday when trading ends, capital and profits are separated. Your capital remains with the brokers and your profits are separated and sent to a third-party payment gateway. When they're at the third-party payment gateway, what happens there is it's available for you to withdraw. And thirdly, when the difference here is that everything's on a weekly basis. Now, because things are on a weekly basis, and I mentioned to you earlier that the traders will only use 20% of your capital, because if they commit more of your capital, they're putting you at risk. So they don't put you at risk. They know that you might need your capital on the weekend. So they make sure that the trades are short and that profits are made on a weekly basis so that you can get your profits weekly and also your capital should you need it. And this keeps them accountable. Now, not only are the traders accountable, but you as a partner, you have to withdraw your profits every week. Now, you can imagine everyone in the system is actually withdrawing their profits on a weekly basis. And you sort of say, well, Why do you have to withdraw your profits on a weekly basis? Well, you don't have to do anything, but if you'd like your profits to work for you, the only way that they are going to work for you is if you actually withdraw them, take them into your private crypto wallet, and then you decide what you want to do with those profits. Now, there's over 10,000 active members in NWP, and you can imagine every single member in NWP is withdrawing their profits and deciding what they want to do with it on a weekly basis. This keeps the traders accountable. There's no internal movement of funds. They can't do any funny business because every week those profits have to be separated and sent to the third-party payment gateway. This keeps everyone accountable. And it's the system that's designed like that to make sure that you don't have to rely on some regulator or some auditor who does his work every 6 months or 3 months or whenever they do their jobs, if they do their jobs. In the NWP system, every single member is checking the system weekly for you. And this makes things completely different to other systems out there. There's a few other things that make it different, and we'll go and talk about that as we go along in this presentation. So as I mentioned, your profits come to you on a weekly basis. Now, what you've seen on the screen here is the results from week 66 of trading. NWP started trading in October 2024 and 66 weeks of trading so far, and the profits have been consistent. In the graphic on the screen, you'll notice there that the gross profit section is what you see in your back office. Now, when you see results in your back office, and you won't see the booster portfolio at the moment, I've just added it in there so that you can get an idea of all the profits for full transparency. Those profits that you see are the 100% of the profits. Then the profit is split. As a partner with a portfolio, you get 50% of that profit for your deposit and your profit on a weekly basis, and the other 50% is sent to the business volume. This sustains the business as well as the affiliate plan. And remember, we're coming to the affiliate plan in the second part of this presentation. The portfolio tiers that are offered by NWP for you to start and put your deposit in are as follows. Now, there's the foundation portfolio that starts with $10 or more. And what happens here is the traders work towards a monthly target. That monthly target for the foundation portfolio is 5%, but you don't wait a month for your profits. You will get your profits every single week. And the cumulative total will be around about 5%. These aren't guaranteed amounts. They are what the traders look for on a monthly basis, and they try and get you those profits on a consistent basis. Consistency is the key, and they have been very consistent. You'll often ask why, how do they manage to make a profit every week, and how are they consistent? Well, what happens is because they're working towards a monthly target, should they have a very good week, the traders benefit, they take those extra profits. But when they have a bad week, the traders need to pay in. So you don't have that problem of suddenly losing capital because there was a bad week. It's managed. The traders cover that on your behalf, and they make sure that you receive the profit within that target range that they've put out for you. So that's how the trading works, and those are the profits from the foundation portfolio, 5%. Then moving up to the following tier, that's the growth portfolios, $10,000 or more, and the monthly target there is 8% or more. Moving up from that, the elite portfolios, $50,000 or more, 10% monthly target, and all of these profiles that you see are actually, they have achieved these within those ranges for the last 66 weeks. So it's been a very consistent delivery from the brokers and traders of NWP. So when you're ready to start, you can use the following cryptocurrencies. That's USDT, BNB, or USDC on the Ethereum network, the Binance network, or the Polygon network. Remember, any money deposited before Monday UK time, midnight, will still get profits that Saturday. So you'll get the value, the full week's trade profit, even though your money would typically only be in for 4 days. So that's the advantage of the system. It allows you to still put money in on a Monday. So if you are, for instance, reinvesting your profits or adding extra money, you've still got up until Monday to get those profits in, to get the full benefit for them for the week. When you want to withdraw, and withdrawal is the only time fees are charged by the NWP system. Payouts are done in Polygon USDT with the BNB option coming soon. The minimum withdrawal that you can make is $5, and there's a 5% fee charged on that. So if you're bad at maths like me, 5% of $5 is 25 cents. Therefore, you would get $4.75 in your wallet. So that is charged on the withdrawal of your profits on a weekly basis, 5% fee as long as you've got $5. Then when you withdraw your capital, and remember you can withdraw your capital every weekend if you want. Obviously, you'll leave it there if you want growth, but if you need your capital, it's available. The first time you withdraw your capital, there's no fee on that. And after that, when you withdraw capital, there's a 2% fee on any subsequent withdrawal. Let's just go over the weekly cycle so that you understand completely how everything works. You would start with NWP, you'd put your deposit in, you'd open a portfolio. Trading then takes place Monday to Friday. The trading is done by the master traders through the brokers. The profits are then generated and sent to the payment gateway on a Saturday morning. So by the time, if you're in Africa and you wake up on a Saturday morning, your profits are most of the time already in your back office, ready for you to withdraw. This is an instant withdrawal, meaning that it's about a minute, and you make that withdrawal. It comes into your crypto wallet, provided you've got $5. If you haven't got $5 in your account, don't worry, it's not in trade. It has been separated. It's just waiting at the payment gateway until there's $5 and you withdraw it. This is sent directly to your crypto wallet. Now, when we talk about a crypto wallet, we're talking about an actual transfer wallet or a private crypto wallet, something like SafePal, Trust Wallet, Exodus, those type of wallets. Don't send your money directly to an exchange unless you want to spend your money, because often it incurs higher fees. Rather send it to a private wallet because you don't know exactly what you want to do with your money. You might want to send it to your crypto credit card. You might want to spend that money, or you might simply want to put it back into the NWP system. The choice is always yours on a weekly basis, and you enjoy your profits weekly. Moving along, just remember that there is no internal system where you can compound. So any sort of idea of compounding is a physical withdrawal of your profits on a weekly basis, and you would have to then withdraw those into your crypto transfer wallet, and from there you would put them back into the system. It's a manual process, and this is done by everyone because it's part of that verification process. Everyone checking the system, making sure the system is healthy. Because as you'll know from previous experiences, everyone will ask everyone else, have you made a withdrawal? And then because your friend has made a withdrawal and you don't want to make a withdrawal because you want your money to work for you, you leave it in the system only to find that the money was never real. Now, in NWP, you're making sure that the money is actually real. You're touching it, feeling it, before you put it back into the system on a weekly basis. It goes into a portfolio, and when it's in a portfolio, it continuously generates profits for you until such time as you take it out. It'll stay in trade as long as you leave it there, and it'll make profits for you every single week. NWP offers WhatsApp chat support. That number you see there, the girls are based in Canada. Very helpful, very quick and efficient. You can also contact support via email. It's just a little bit slower, so I would suggest the WhatsApp chat support. The website of NWP is nwprofits.com. The NW stands for Network Profits. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the offices are situated in the Trump Towers in Istanbul in Turkey. Very prominent position. It's not some little backyard office somewhere. Now, when you're ready to start, our team has put together this link tree. It's got all the relevant videos telling you about the business. It's a much shorter presentation than what you've seen tonight. There's a video about the business. There's a video about the affiliate plan. There's PDFs there. There's a getting started booklet. Everything you need, all the information is there. Please ask for the link tree to be sent to you so that you've got all this information at your fingertips. But let's have a look at the affiliate plan and what that offers you. Now, remember that the whole idea, it's very nice to have the big money to put in so that you can earn a substantial profit every week. Not everyone is that fortunate. So this is where the affiliate plan comes in. You can refer your friends, build your community. And the whole idea here is that you're building yourself a consistent weekly income. And remember that another thing about the affiliate plan is you do not have to have money in the system yourself. You don't need a portfolio. As long as you're a member, you can partake in the affiliate plan. So you might want to tell people about the crocodile. Get your friends join, they utilize the crocodile. Maybe you don't have $10, but at least with your friends joining, you'll be able to earn affiliate bonuses every week because your friends joined and they took the crocodile, for instance. Hopefully they took a bigger one, because the bigger the portfolios they take, the more money you're going to earn. But you always have to start somewhere. So the crocodile is a wonderful start. How does this work and where does the money come from? Well, earlier I showed you that there's a weekly profit and the profit is split on a weekly basis. Remember, with NWP, it's 100% sustainable. You never earn from someone else's deposit. You only earn from the profits on a weekly basis. So there's no upfront bonuses or anything like that, because that always means that the company could potentially go into a cash flow problem. There'll never be a cash flow problem in NWP because there is no debt. No one is getting paid out of some money that isn't there or some imaginary money. This is real profits on a weekly basis, and it makes everything sustainable. So let's have a look at the different bonuses offered by the affiliate plan. There's 3 bonuses that pay on a weekly basis. That's the direct bonus, the binary income, and the matching bonus. All of these are weekly. How do you earn them? Well, firstly, the direct bonus, when your person joins and he puts in his deposit, therefore he opens a portfolio, you will earn 15% of whatever profit he makes on a weekly basis. You will also notice that there's a left link and a right link in your back offices because it's a binary system. So you can either put your referrals in the left or right-hand side of the business. If you're unsure where to put your people, please just ask the person who referred you, and they'll be able to give you some guidance as to where you should be placing your people, either on the left or right-hand side. And remember, it'll differ for everybody because you have different situations in your structure. Now, just to remind you of how you would earn your bonus, your person, the green person here on the left, puts his money into his portfolio, and it will go into any one of those portfolios according to the deposit he made. He makes those profits then on a weekly basis according to his deposit. You then earn from the other side of the profit, the 50% that goes to the business volume, and that's where you get your bonus from. So your 15% that you earn in as a direct bonus is not coming out of his pocket. He makes his full profit that he needs to make, and you will make the 15% of whatever he earns paid to you from the business volume generated every week. To work out 15%, your referral potentially earned $100 for the week. You referred him, therefore you'll earn $15, 15% of the $100. The next bonus is the binary income. This is also 15%, and it's on the matched business volume. Now, what we mean by matched business volume, there's a left team and a right team, and whatever the lesser volume is, you are paid on that matched lesser volume. So it might be on your left or your right-hand side. The only thing about the binary, unfortunately, it is capped to $5,000 per week. So when you've maxed out on that, that's where your binary ends. But hopefully then you've built up a little bit of a portfolio yourself so that you can continue earning the $5,000 per week plus the profits from your own portfolios. Remember, spillover volume does count. And let's have a look at that. So here we have Max. Max referred Joe, but he didn't refer Erica. Erica is what's considered a spillover. You'll notice that there's a volume underneath, or a dollar amount under Erica, and there's a dollar amount under Joe. This could either be their personal portfolios, and if they've got a team underneath them, it could be the volume created from their own portfolios as well as the team portfolios. Now, Max only referred Joe or the people in Joe's leg. So in this case, he earns from Joe. But even though he only referred Joe, if Erica was the lesser leg, he'd be earning from Erica. If Joe was the smaller leg, in this case, that's where he's earning. So that's how the binary income works. It's very simple, and you don't need to have a personal portfolio, and you don't have to have a referral in each leg. You only need volume in each leg. Now, that volume can be created from spillover, as I mentioned here. If you look at this picture, the people on the right-hand side, remember your business might be the people on the left-hand side, just depends where your spillover might occur. Spillover is always something nice, but it doesn't necessarily mean you will always get spillover. That's really up to the person that invited you and the team that you're in. In this case, the pink person referred the red person. That was the only person he referred. But because there's volume on the left and right-hand side of this business, the pink person here will qualify and get the 15% binary bonus on a weekly basis. Remember that there's always a benefit to being in the binary. So even if you've just got a position, that over time, one of your legs might potentially grow. And when you utilize something like the crocodile and introduce someone to experience NWP, you can then start earning the binary bonus if this is your situation, for instance, just as an example. The next bonus and the last bonus paid on a weekly basis is the matching bonus. What happens here is once your referral starts to earn a binary bonus, you will earn 5% of whatever they earned from the binary on a weekly basis. And then the next level is the referrals of that referral. You will earn 5% of them. And then the referrals of the referrals, level 3, you will earn 5% there of whatever they've earned from the binary. So those are the 3 bonuses that are available, paid to you every single week if you qualify in the NWP system. And then the next thing is career rewards. Now, the difference between career rewards and your weekly rewards is this is based on your total binary earnings from the time you start earning the binary. Once you receive these milestones of earnings, you will then be entitled to the rewards that are listed here. It doesn't matter if it takes you 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, 20 years. If you've earned 25,000, for instance, you will get the Rolex watch. There's no time limit. You won't be some other condition put on there. That won't happen. Once you've earned it, you are entitled to your Rolex watch and the other rewards that are listed here. Looking at the ambassador rewards, and what we're looking at here is more the leadership side of things, where you've helped people in your team, 2 on the left achieve Rolex watches, 2 on the right achieve Rolex watches, and you'll receive 10,000 down payment for a car. Moving up, as you move up in these leadership levels, you'll see there's international trips, gold jewelry, a Mercedes-Benz, and even a luxury villa at the end. So all of these things are your career rewards, your ambassador rewards, NWP is there to help you, and I'm here to help you and answer your questions. So please, if you do have a question.
The question is like for members who are already active and who have already activated the account, maybe with $100 to $1,000 or more, you see they're not eligible for the crocodile promotion.
If they've, yes, look, they might have put money in, but if they haven't taken one of the previous boosters, they can take the crocodile. But if they did take one of the previous boosters, then they won't be eligible for the crocodile. But as I mentioned earlier, those people, they've now experienced the system, and the crocodile is very affordable. So now they can go to their friends and tell their friends about the crocodile so they can grow their team and their weekly earnings. And the crocodile is a fantastic opportunity to do that.
Why don't you make it for everybody?
What? The crocodile?
Yeah, the crocodile. At least everybody to participate in the crocodile.
Well, you see, the thing is that, remember that this is a real business, okay? And the numbers on the crocodile are actually limited, okay? Now, that's open to new members. If we made it that everyone could get a crocodile, well, if all the existing members would take the crocodiles, and then there'd be no space for new people. So it's only fair that we make that available for people that haven't experienced NWP. It allows them to experience NWP. It allows you to build your team, which is going to benefit you in the long run. And that's the whole idea of the crocodile.
Hi, Rich.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, thanks. You mentioned that it's $10 to qualify for the crocodile. What if somebody puts in $100? Do they get the extra 40?
Yes. So what they would do with their $100 is they would simply put in their deposit of $100 into the system. Then the first thing they do before they go and put it into a portfolio is they would click on the crocodile, which would take $10 of their $100. They would then get the crocodile, so that would give them a $50 start. And then the balance of $90, they would simply put into a normal portfolio. So at the end of the day, they'd actually have $140 invested.
Okay, and then the crocodile, is that the same sort of return as you would get in the normal foundation?
It's similar, but it is different. So the what happens, because you're in the crocodiles and in the boosters, we're in a normal portfolio, your money is trading for 5 days of the week. Okay, so you can withdraw your deposit on the weekend if you want to. In the case of the boosters and the crocodiles, they actually trade 7 days a week because that money is committed. Also, it enables them to make up the extra for you. And in some weeks, we have good results, and some weeks we have lesser results. So in this last week, the result from the booster was a little bit less than the foundation portfolios. In other weeks, it's been sort of almost equal to the elite portfolios. So it just depends on the trade for the week and that sort of thing. So, but they do get a different result than the foundation. But typically, they're looking for that sort of target, the same sort of target as the foundation.
And you have the same opportunity to withdraw every week on a Saturday in the crocodile?
Well, yes, your profits from the crocodile.
Yes.
So you would, look, I mean, obviously putting $10 or $50 in, you're not going to be able to, you won't get to $5 very quickly. It'll take you a little bit longer. But yes, as soon as you've got $5, you should be able to withdraw that. That's correct.
Okay, no, thanks very much, Rich.
But works as a normal, it's normal other than your $10 is committed for the time and until you've made $50 and then it falls away. Just in terms of the withdrawals, I mentioned in the presentation that BNB withdrawals will be coming out soon, hopefully by this weekend. And it's really there for when you want to take your money to an exchange. If you were simply doing the rotation of taking your money into your wallet to reinvest your profits, yes, Polygon is great for that. It's cheap, very quick and efficient. But if you were taking money to an exchange, it would be always easier to take BNB to an exchange. So the fees at the exchange part of things are a little bit more expensive, or if you were doing the transfer back into NWP, it would still be cheaper with Polygon than with BNB. But if you were going to an exchange, that's definitely the way to go. Or you were sending your money to your crypto credit card, the BNB swap is far easier than doing a Polygon swap, because they often need USDT on the or USDC on the crypto credit cards. So that's just the reason why they will be introducing the BNB to the system, to allow those who are at the spending phase to get their money into their exchanges or crypto credit cards much easier than with the Polygon way. Remember that Polygon in many exchanges is not available. So you wouldn't use Polygon to go into the system necessarily. It's just when you're doing your weekly transfers and those sort of things that you use Polygon. If you need your Polygon address changed, then you just contact support and ask them to remove the existing address, and you can add another address once they've removed that address for you. Well, thank you very much. Thanks for joining me this evening. Thanks for your questions. I do hope that you are able to utilize the Crocodile for the best of your ability to build your business so that you can earn a little bit extra and help others as well. So do have a good evening further. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you on the next call. Please, if there are any questions or you need anything, just contact us via the WhatsApp or Telegram groups. Thanks very much. Do have a good evening. Good night.